Welcome to Ask Gwen, everyone. Today I have Ty with me, and Ty happens to have cerebral, cerebral palsy. Speak much about your own disability. Yeah, yeah, it's been a long day, but I'm here to speak with Ty about her cerebral palsy and how she sees her life. So you get the two white women with cerebral palsy on today's podcast. And so I'm going to let Miss Ty take it away and explain more about her end of cerebral palsy.
Well, hi, thank you, Win, for having me on your show today. My name's Tylia, but most people call me Ty for short. My name's Tylia Flores. I am a disability advocate. I am an author. I published my first book at 16 after the tragic death of my best friend Daniel, who also had cerebral palsy, and I'm currently working on my second book. I'm also a radio show host, personality, and motivational speaker, and disability advocate. I first started advocating when I was 18 years old, 2 years prior to me getting my first book published, because I wanted to make a difference in society, since a lot of people don't understand what cerebral palsy is. And
Amen.
there's a lot of misconceptions about it.
Amen. They do not understand. They do not get it. They do not understand. And yeah, amen to that. And so, yeah, I am happy to have you on the podcast. And I wanted to ask you, what is your morning routine?
My morning routine is okay. My morning routine is get up, get dressed, take a shower, listen to some motivational audio clips. I mostly listen to Eric Thomas. He's one of my favorite motivational speakers. Or I watch Perks of Being a Wallflower, and I just write all day long until the afternoon. Unless it's Friday, then I'm mostly at the radio station doing my radio show. So, yeah.
Now, are you doing because of social distancing? And we're recording this on June 5th, you guys, 2020. The reason why I'm dating it is because we're still sitting in a world pandemic slash looting and rioting and everything else. And so, are because of your radio station tie and because of your connections to the radio, are you doing it social distancing now,
Yeah,
or what's
I'm doing it from home. I always do it from home, and I broadcast out of a radio station in Virginia. So luckily, I've been able to have my studio set up at home and it not affect my show through this pandemic.
that's amazing. That's amazing. The power of technology. The power of technology. Now, people look at us like you guys are doing what? You guys are doing what? And half of the world doesn't even know about Zoom slash Uber conference.
Yeah, like I didn't know about it until you told me, until we were setting up this interview, and you're like, "Have you ever used Uber Conference before?" And I was like, "No," but
No?
we
So
got
we
we
got it.
got it unpacked. So
And so if your best friend had to write a book about you, what would the title be?
the title would be "Stomping on CP."
Stomping on CP. Ah, stomping on CP. I love it because
Yeah,
stomping
me
on
too.
CP, that's when
Because we
would
all stomp on CP. If we have CP, we all stomp on it. And like I always say, you got to keep on stomping through the obstacles that CP gets you, because at the end of the day, the world needs your story. And that's kind of why I went into the field of literature, because I'm like, the world needs to know my story. Like with James Ticking Time Bomb, I published that book out of grief. And it's about a teen father who has a son with cerebral palsy. and he's trying to figure out what to do before his time runs out. And from there, I just started writing all the time. Like, I'm a contributor for the Mighty, a contributor for Unwritten. I'm also a community leader at the Mighty, and I have to say those two sites changed my life. So
And for those of you who haven't heard of the Mighty, you're living under a rock. Basically, number one,
yeah, you're
you're living
definitely
under a
living under a rock.
rock. And the Mighty is um, a nationally known mega online magazine now, um, filled of inspirational stories from parenting to kids with disabilities.
Yeah, all over the world, and that's the reason why I joined the Mighty site, because when I first joined the Mighty site in 2017, and all my friends were talking about it, all the advocates, when I first went on it, I was scared to share my story, and actually the first story that I published was one of my high school essays. Didn't think nothing of it, and the Mighty picked it up. But one of the things I loved about the Mighty is that you get the person's point of view versus a doctor's point of view, which is sometimes not always the best positive thing, you know.
Yes, no.
And I feel like that's the problem with people that have the misconceptions of people with CPs, that they go on Google and they don't see the positive side. They just see the
No.
bad side effects, and they assume that everybody lives a bad life with CP, when really we don't live bad lives. We just have to adapt to our world differently, but we have different abilities. So
We
that's
do, we
what I
do. We do, we do. And so stopping on CP would be a book title. And what is your favorite book and why? And are you able to physically hold books?
Yes, I'm physically able to hold books, and what you just asked me is so hard because I have so many favorite books. Like, I like Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I like A Walk to Remember by Nicholas Sparks. I like Wonder. Have you read the book Wonder? It's phenomenal, and
Oh, yes. Yes,
it
I
talks about it talks about disability rights and exclusions within our society. I've seen the movie too, and I also enjoy reading The Perks of Being a Wallflower. That's an amazing book. That book has encouraged me to keep on writing my story even when I felt like the cloud was dark. When after reading that book, I continued to write thanks to Perks of Being a Wallflower too, and Nicholas Sparks novels too. He's one of my heroes.
And so, okay, what would you say to someone that doesn't understand CP but yet wants to know more about CP without Googling it?
Well, what I would say to them, Lynn, is just take the time out and get to meet people within our circle, and you'll get inspired right away to want to know more about CP without Googling it, you know?
Yeah.
And understand that there are different types of CP. Like, not everybody's CP is the same. That's one of the most biggest misconceptions that I have to deal with. Because, like, when I meet people, like my nurses, they come in, the first time they come in, they Google CP, and they're like, well, her CP is not as severe as what I Googled. I even had one lady bring in the Venn diagram of what she thought I was going to look like, and I said, Jesus Christ.
Venn diagram of that's a new one on me. Venn diagram of what you thought. Okay,
What
nurses,
she,
are
what
you
she thought,
listening?
what she
Don't
thought
do
I
that.
was going to, because, you know, on Google, they have, like, those pictures of the people with CP,
Yes, don't do that.
and she thought I was gonna look like one of those pictures, and when she came in, she was shocked that I could even use a computer.
Don't do that. Don't Google CP slash
Yeah,
don't
no,
put
that's what I
in
told her. Like,
diagram what you think you're gonna look like. Ay 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 ay
and
ay ay.
she apologized to me after because she just didn't know. But it's just the thing of there's so many misconceptions about CP. Like when they told my mom I would never walk and I would never talk, I can talk clearly and I can walk with the walker. So never say never. And that was almost 25 years ago.
Ay, 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 ay. So you've had as much battle than I have. So if you had to move and only take 5 things with you, what would they be?
My computer with my accessibility feature, a bunch of my Jane Austen books because I like reading, and I would take, let's see, and I would take a bunch of pencils and pens, and I would take like old family pictures and like a life supply of fried chicken from KFC.
Oh, man, girl, you're precise. You're precise. Ay, 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 ay. You're precise in what you would take. So, Ty, do you have any questions for me as we wrap this interview up?
Yes, I have like two questions for you. Do you ever experience writer's block?
Do I ever experience writer's work? What is that? Because I don't experience it. What is
Oh,
that?
that's a good
I
because I'm the same way.
have no clue what that is. I have no clue. I've heard of it, but
But
I
I'm so
don't
glad you
experience
said that because a lot of people say I go through writer's block, and it's like how you have inspiration everywhere you go. And would you say you write better in the nighttime or in the daytime?
I am a morning person. I can't do nights. I can't do especially now. To those of you who know my experience last year, and by the way, to those of you who are brand new to this podcast, my name is Win. I'm orphaned with cerebral palsy. Let's just put it that way. I am an orphan with cerebral palsy. I lost both my parents, um, one in 2019, one in 2010.
I'm so sorry for your loss.
So, yep. So I can't do night owl stuff. I'm a morning person, people know it. I'm up literally with a full night of sleep too at 5:30 on meetings on the East Coast. Yeah, I'm
Ooh,
up at 5:30, not because I can't sleep. It's because I'm a morning person and people expect me to be on.
yeah, I agree. Like with me, I have trouble sleeping at night, so that's where I get my most creative ideas from is at night. Like I'll even have dreams about my second book and the characters in it. It's so strange. And another thing I want to ask before you go, what do you think the steps are that we need to take to start writing literature about characters of people with disabilities? Like, do you feel like there needs to be more of that in the literature world?
Don't get me started on that, Ty. Do
Because
not get me
I think
started on
so.
that soapbox. The short answer is a yes. The long answer is people, you gotta do it. You gotta
Yeah, yeah,
reach out
exactly.
to Ty, reach out to myself, or yeah, because do not get me started on the lack of diversity diversity of the disabilities
Literature.
in in literature. Do not get me
That's
started.
that's why I decided to take on this field of being an author, because I wanted to bring awareness to disability awareness and the diversity behind it. I mean, Wonder's a great example of that, for sure.
Well, do not get me started on what we can do and what we can't do, because um, this is why and this is how. So yeah, yeah. And
Well, that's
Ty, where can people find you?
People could find me on Facebook at Stomping On Cerebral Palsy with Tylia, and that's Tylia. You can find me on Instagram at Stomping On CP with Tylia, that's Tylia. And you can find me on Twitter at Stomping On CP01. And you could go to my website, www.tyliaflores.com.
Awesome. Awesome. You guys have to follow Tylia, and you have to support cerebral palsy awareness.
Yeah,
I'm I'm old. I'm done. I'm tired of banging the drum. I am tired of banging the drum. It's the next generation that's going to pick up the torch and carry it for me. I'm old. I'm tired. I'm old. I'm in my early 30s and I'm old. I can't do it anymore unless the next generation picks up the torch from me and carries it like Tylea, because I will still bang the drum until the day I die, but I am old, I'm tired, I got kicked in the ass by the education system, not as a student, but as a teacher. And so I'm old, I am tired, I'm getting more tired of people not believing in me and my abilities, and I'm just done.
yeah, that's how I feel with disability and the people that have lack of knowledge. Like, there should be no reason why somebody doesn't know what a different ability is. You know what I'm saying? But I thank you for having me on your pod. Keep stomping on CP and keep doing what you're doing, because
I will.
you're amazing.
I will just. Yeah, I will. I will. I will keep stomping on CP, as you will put it. Ty, I may have to steal that tagline because I think it's a good one. I think it's a good one. And you guys, I am old. I'm tired. I am. Ugh. I'm hoping that when my last book, which is being fixed, by the way, um, I'm hoping that when my last novel comes out, and I'm going to write a how-to book, and that's it. But I'm hoping that when my last novel comes out, you guys will understand why I didn't, and I'm just I'm just old, you guys. The older I get, the more stubborn I get, and the more grouchy I get about CP.
Yeah, and CP always likes to have its party wing.
Yeah, yeah. CP really gave me a party today. Really. Yeah, really. It did. It did, and
Yeah,
yeah, it
when he
did.
when when he invites over muscle spasms and hamstring pain, it's like they're doing the cha-cha-cha on your head, and it's like, are they ever gonna leave? Like, I always say, having cerebral palsy is like, have you ever seen 90s dial-up?
Yes.
Having palsy's like dealing with 90s dial up in your brain. And then when it finally gets you to do what it wants to do, it's like, you got me. Oh, well, I'm like, it took you long enough.
Yes, yes. Oh, goodness. Good analogy, Ty. Good analogy because, uh,
I always try to find the humorous things about people
yeah,
because
good
I feel like
analogy.
there needs to be a lot more positivity when it comes to this condition in society. And if we're the one, if
There needs to be a lot more positivity. Oh, you think? You think I'm going to use something on CP? I'm going to use the analogy, like you said, having CP is like having 90s dialogue. Oh, oh, that is classic. Today I had 90s dial-up internet, and
oh,
I had.
there you go. I hope I can make your day, but thank you so much for having me.
No, you did. And I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And I'll catch you guys later, you guys. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks, you guys.
Thank you.